H-Town down.
안녕하세요, 여러분. 여러분의 헤어 고민을 해결해줄 헤어 디자이너 팀 아카입니다. 오늘은 요즘 한국에서 가장 핫한 남자 헤어스타일을 준비했어요. 단순히 유행을 따라가는 게 아니라 AI가 직접 추천하고 디자인한 미래형 K-뷰티 스타일이죠. 영상 속에서 커트하는 과정을 자세히 보여드리고 완성된 디자인을 AI 이미지로도 보여드릴게요. 그냥 예쁘기만 한 게 아니라 여러분이 직접 따라할 수 있도록 커트의 핵심 비법까지 모두 공개합니다. 앞으로 어컷 어버브의 뜻이 한 단계 위에 커트라는 이름처럼 여러분의 헤어스타일을 한 차원 끌어올릴 특별한 디자인들을 계속해서 보여드릴 테니 기대해주세요.
Lately, people have been wanting a slim, streamlined feel. It's a look where the pieces feel disconnected, so today I'm going to try a piece cut. I'll divide the sections at the most prominent part of the head, the back point, and the ear top point. To create the nape section, I'll work here first. Then I'll connect the most indented part of the head, the crown to the recession and parietal areas to work on this middle section, and finally I'll work on the top section. First, let's begin with the nape section. I'll start from the nape line and section off the most prominent part of the head, the back point. My plan is to create several layers here, but I'll leave the outline at the bottom untouched. Next, I'll add a layer that's wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. Then I'll create a layer that's narrow at the top and wide at the bottom. And finally, I'll cut a layer that's wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. Because we cut some layers and leave others, we call this a channel cut. By raising the angle of the channel cut, I'll create a concave feel that's short at the top and long at the bottom. It creates a lengthening style, doesn't it? When doing this type of haircut, you need to have a mental map in your head. You have to know which sections you're cutting short and which ones you're leaving long. I've only cut 2 sections, but you can already see that sharp, dynamic look, right? I'll divide the most prominent part of the nape, the back point, from this flat, most indented section. We commonly call this the crown. From here, I'll divide it all the way to the protruding parietal section on the side, near the temple. Now that the nape section is done, I'll leave this center part of the middle section untouched. Think of leaving a triangular section in the center, and I'll start with the back. If you want, it can be narrow at the bottom and wide at the top, or a style that is wide at the top and narrow at the bottom also works. I'll try the style that is narrow at the top and wide at the bottom. In this section, I'll use the concave technique I mentioned earlier, elevating the angle to cut it from short to long. That's one section, and here's the second. I'll also do a wide to narrow cut in this area. What do we call it when these zigzags build up? We call it interlocking, where the top and bottom sections connect together like a lock, and today I'm going to use that technique. With this, the back section is finished. Now I'll move to the sides. When I'm designing a style like this in this area, I first think about which parts I want to preserve. If I cut the hair in the back, it would create a hole and wouldn't look good, but I can cut the outline here, so I'll start with this section. Does that sound good? Now that I've cut this section, I'll do number 1. I'll grab 1, 2, then take out a triangle from this section and then fill in a new triangle here. You can think of it as giving a planned irregularity. It might seem very difficult at first, but once you understand the pattern, it becomes very easy. This is how you create the slim, irregular haircut we talked about, a look where you can't tell where the cutting lines began. If I want to add a bit of structure inside this cut, I'll take this section diagonally. I'll hold it diagonally and elevate it up, and then I'll clean up the line here. This allows for a structured blending, so the top hair mixes in naturally, giving it a soft feel. For the remaining sections, I'll also take just the first layer diagonally. There's no need to cut the top. I'll grab just the first layer, raise the elevation, and connect the ends. It's created to be irregular, but when structure and irregularity mix, we get that beautiful design we want, where the irregular feel and the haircuts feel blend together.